Hello everybody, this is Allshouse Gaming and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Potionomics. In the previous episode, we started getting our rank 10s with our companions. Now, for those of you who did not watch yesterday's Hi-Fi Rush episode or Friday's Persona 5 Royal episode, I finally did what I've been saying in my Persona 5 Royal episodes for the last several months, and I finally upgraded my CPU and my motherboard, which I had to upgrade the motherboard because of the CPU, because my old motherboard wouldn't support it. However, I failed to take into account the fact that upgrading the motherboard would completely change up my audio drivers, which completely messed with my audio settings for OBS. So I had to re-audio test my series. Now, normally I would ask you guys to please let me know if there's anything wrong with the audio, if anything's too loud or too quiet. However, we have reached a point where I personally believe there's only 2 episodes left in this series, so I'm gonna do everything I can to fix this up. I can't promise it'll be perfect, because audio balance is always a pain in the ass when it comes to recording. But yeah, I feel like there's really only 2 episodes left. All that's really left is getting rank 10 with everybody, which we will accomplish this episode. And then there's the competition and all the finale stuff that comes afterwards. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get rank 10 with everyone, and then I'm basically just gonna rest until the final day. I'll show off any cutscenes that are there, and then the last episode is going to be the competition, because we have no need to gather up money. We don't need to gather up ingredients, because we already have the competition potions, and they are, barring the traits, the best possible ones that we can get. Hell, they've even been Empyrean aged, which is the best aging we can get. We can't do anything further with that. So, yeah. Also, I'm going to upgrade that last cauldron to rank 3, even though I really don't need to. And then from there, just going to rank everybody up. So let's get to that. Obviously, we're not going to get everybody today, but let's see. I already gotten all the heroes. I think I just need to work on everybody else. But first things first, may as well work on Muktuk. Alright, upgrade this last magical wasteland cauldron. And let's rank up. You've been on my mind, of course. Truly, Sylvia, you are the height of your craft. I'm guessing you like the potions? Quite so. The taste was so pleasant I could not help but lick my lips. But what's more, your potions bestowed upon me a sense of enlightenment, as if my third eye were pried open. I realize that as an artist is ill-equipped to be his own critic, and so I had an idea to place at my sled a box for comments. For I seek guidance, so while the ancestors may be silent, customers rarely are. What sort of things did people have to say? Oh, I would not know. I have not yet mustered the courage to read the cards. Perhaps, since you are here, Sylvia, would you do me the honor of reading these missives? Muktuk holds his breath as Sylvia takes up the first of several note cards. It's from Mint. She wrote, "Muktuk, you're a lifesaver," and I mean that literally. Your repair work on my hammer looks gorgeous, and it withstood the bite attack from a full-grown prairie piranha. I don't know what that is, but she's clearly impressed, especially since you barely even charged her for your work. Roxanne says your engraving tools keep their edge twice as long as anyone else's, and her words, she's been around the block a few times. Saffron claims the trees weep in the vicinity of a Muktuk-crafted axe. And I'm not sure this is totally relevant, but Quinn says that Boxer loves gnawing on that weird sculpture you abandoned. Sylvia, I do not know what to say. This is... You alright? Alright is deeply insufficient to describe what I am feeling. Such an outpouring of respect and admiration. I never would have imagined. Yeah, that many 5-star reviews would make me cry too. You joke, I think, but you know the depth of meaning in this. We toil, all of us, because we must work to put food on the table and a roof over our heads. But for some of us, the work is also a calling. A roof is necessary, but it is fulfillment we crave. To know my work is appreciated on this level, to know that others see the value in my labor, this is a gift unlike any other. To be fair, I've been saying this stuff all along. I thought you were just being kind. And you are kind, Sylvia. Your support has been of the utmost significance to me. Were I to have the encouragement and adulation of all Rafta behind me, it would mean nothing without you here beside me. Come, if you are in agreement, I should like to return to our special place. Waters of the bay are still, the beach is empty. In the quiet, the great statue of Maven seems even more imposing than before. There she is, just as we left her. Wait, was that supposed to be a narration box, but it ended up being Muktuk's? And just as she will be for years to come. You realize, don't you, that the statue will outlast us both? Long after we are ash, she will continue her silent vigil. Oh, I don't know. There's always a chance an earthquake could take her out. Or that the people might bring it down, yes? They may one day tire of the reminder of a dark past. I suppose this is the lesson the sand taught us. While our works may indeed outlive us, nothing is forever. We all wish to leave our mark on this world. Not just artisans. Everyone. For me, there is the added pressure of my pilgrimage. In order to complete it, as it is intended, and as it has always been done, I must craft a work of singular beauty and undeniable grandness. A masterpiece. I have it in me, this I know. But in the meantime, there's the other purpose of my pilgrimage, to forge connections, and to aid those who may benefit from my skills. I enjoy this very much, the union of form and function, the betterment of daily life through the master craftsmanship. Art that helps people. Perhaps that is not so insignificant. Sounds awfully impressive to me. I am glad that you think so. I can only hope that the ancestors agree. Did they speak to you? Though I strain to listen, I have yet to hear their words. And yet, there is something there. Their presence is unmistakable. The ancestors are with me, Sylvia, and they have filled me with the full conviction that they are pleased with my path and my progress upon it. That's great news. Indeed, yet it is no excuse to sit idle and twiddle our flippers. There is much to be done, for we are, all of us, building this place together. Rafta itself is the great work of many hands. And I am so very honored to work beside you in this great endeavor. I feel the same way. Life in Rafta has been challenging, but having you on my side has made it a little less scary, and a lot more fun. And I think we, you and me, and this whole town are just getting started. Then let us anticipate great things in our future. But let us also appreciate this moment, for we must not fail to see the beauty that is all around us. And in the spirit of appreciating beautiful things, I should like to sculpt you, Sylvia, if you would allow it. What? Here? Now? Why not? The light is exquisite. My spirits are high. And I think neither of us could ask for better company, eh? Tell me true. Alright, I'm game. What do I do? It is easy. You just stand very, very still. But first, I should very much like to give you a hug. Affection for my subject. It is an important part of my process. I thought you'd never ask, you big softy. You've learned something new. Conviction. Apply conviction can only be played as opener. Doubles the interest applied by the next interest-raising card. Not bad. You have reached the max relationship with Muktuk. And let's just work our way up the list. As a matter of fact, I have news. Do you now? Sylvia, it was so kind of you to donate those potions. I'm including them as prizes as part of our new Hero of the Month program. And if that goes over well, I'll be buying more from you for future months. I guess it pays to be generous. Well, it certainly got me thinking about how nice it would be to have that sort of control over my own business dealings. You didn't have to ask anyone's permission to make a donation. You didn't have to justify your decision to your stakeholders. Well, I did get some dirty looks from the owl. But hey, a Hero of the Month program sounds like a good way to boost morale. Oh, that's the barest tip of the iceberg. I'm making some changes around here. Big ones. You see, I realized something. In all our discussions of how we might make this organization better for the heroes, I was towing the company line. Even when my heart was with the heroes, my head was caught up in a certain way of thinking, an old way of thinking. It's the old ways that are broken. We need new ideas, new paradigms. Hence the big changes you mentioned. That's right, and those big changes start with the dissolution of the guild. Dissolution? You heard me. Effective immediately? The Heroes Guild is no more. And in its place shall rise the Heroes Guild. I just realized that it's probably confusing without seeing it spelled out, but there's an apostrophe now. Still confusing. At its heart, it's a simple idea. Rafta's Heroes Guild has always been part of the larger organization. A franchise beholden to the main chapter back home. But this particular chapter is a risky venture, by modern standards. The guilds of the mainland are a well-oiled mechanism. Out here, everything is less predictable and more dangerous. So that my family feels they've put much more into Rafta's guild than they've gotten out of it. They've gone so far as to call it a money pit. So, I offered to take it off their hands. So now you're in charge? Yes, and no. I'm writing a new charter, one that will transform my little clubhouse into a non-profit organization. The value that the heroes generate will be funneled directly back into the organization and into their own pockets. As for the question of who's in charge, if I've learned anything in recent days, it's the limit of my own perspective. We'll be holding elections soon to determine who will join me on a leadership council. By electing and empowering representatives from their own ranks, and establishing a system of checks and balances, the heroes can rest assured that my own personal blind spots won't become systemic blind spots capable of impeding the organization as a whole. Wow, it actually sounds like you did it. You solved all the guild's problems. Well, not all our problems. My chambers are still drafty, and the lack of natural light in the morning is just abysmal. Still, I'm surprised your family agreed to this. Even if the guild isn't as lucrative as they hoped, it's obviously generating revenue. And as unique as Rafta is, there's potential for this chapter to be massively profitable down the line. The truth is, they didn't just hand it over. They are business folk after all. But I was able to convince them that the guild's prospective earnings were somewhat less than the value of my inheritance. So I'm officially out of the will, and my monthly stipend is a thing of the past. You mean, you're broke now? For the time being, but I still think I came out ahead in this negotiation. This guild is going places, Sylvia, and I and my heroes now stand to benefit directly from the hard work we put into it. Plus, my mother still intends to send regular care packages, so my hair care regimen at least will not suffer in the meantime. Phew. I feel good about this, Sylvia. It's the start of a whole new way of doing things. A heroes guild that is for the heroes and by the heroes. Hence the apostrophe. Exactly. You see? It's not just a flashy change. But that's enough shop talk, surely. Come, let's make the most of our time. Baptiste leads Sylvia down to the water, where they once again have a view of the Kraken skull. He considers it quietly, thoughtfully, as if it were artwork in a museum. Artwork he was sure held some obscure secret significance. Ah, that skull does loom large, doesn't it? As monuments go, it's a little morbid, but it's a good reminder of where we've been, and of what awaits us at the end. I'm happy that between those points our two paths converged. Your friendship has been a guiding light in my life of late. Truly, I had been stumbling in the dark. You helped me make sense of my new surroundings, and you helped me refine my purpose. You helped me too. It's good of you to say so, and I trust our partnership shall continue to thrive in the years to come. You know, now that I think about it, you're quite fearless, Sylvia, cool under pressure, and honorable too. The Heroes Guild could use a recruit like you. You must be joking. Ha! You know me well, and I'm glad that you do. Thanks ever so much for being that rarest of creatures. A true friend. You've learned something new. Silver Tongue. Raise interest by 10, remove all customer buffs. Not bad. Max relationship with Baptiste. Alright, Salt and Pepper, you're up. Always have time for a blood brother. You know, I'm wishing we had some kind of secret handshake. Although you don't have a tail, so that would sort of limit what we could do. Don't feel bad, Sylvia. I knew a pirate once who lost his tail in battle, and he got along just fine. Until he lost his balance and fell overboard. Thanks, Pepper. I'll be extra careful. Potions you set aside look legit. You ready to do this? Don't ask. Let's just get it over with before I lose my nerve. Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. You, Sylvia, have a lot of nerve. I meant that as a compliment. Not sure it came out sounding that way. Salt and Pepper creep to the very edge of the dock. Sylvia follows, peering into the glistening waters. If anything lurks beneath the surface, it remains out of sight. Here we are, as close as a lion lubber can get to the great god of the sea. Oh, great Katuna, we've got offerings, large ones. Salt, hold on. You've proven your fearlessness many times over, Sylvia, but I know you must have doubts about this. It is a little hard to wrap my head around. I mean, I worked so hard on these potions, they could be worth some real gold. Are you really working for the gold, though, or what the gold represents? Money is precious, but only because people decided that it would be. It has no intrinsic value. You can't eat it, you can't love it. Not really. And there's so much in this world that does have intrinsic value. Real, true worth. Like jewelry. No, Salt, you know what I mean. I mean friendship. A dry spot in the sun to lay your head. A beating heart and working lungs. Money can help with some of that, but only so much. And this is our way of showing the world that what we really care about. Here, we draw the line in the sand and we say, we do not desire wealth for the sake of wealth. We desire family, health, laughter, and love. Damn! Dropping some real truth bombs here, Pepper. We ask humbly to receive all the wonders we cannot buy. These are the blessings that Katuna may bring us, if he deems us worthy. I don't know about all that. I just throw valuables in the water because it keeps hurricanes away. Everybody knows that. It's science. Alright, I'm convinced. Not about the hurricane thing, obviously. I mean the other stuff. Sylvia holds her potions in her hands. They're good potions, and she's good at selling them. If these two concoctions are the difference between paying off her debt or losing everything. But it's too late to back out now, and something in Pepper's words rings true. Perhaps this small act of defiance will show the universe what really matters to her. Hey, nice throw, Sylvia. You got a good arc on that. And the splash. Katuna will be pleased. Yeah, he will. I got a feeling you got good stuff coming your way, Sylvia. Starting now, in fact. I talked it over with Pepper and, well... Geez, I don't know how to say this without sounding stupid. Pepper, help me out. Sylvia, would you like to pet us? Because we would like that. Boy, would I. Come here, you crazy cats. There we go. Carpe Diem. Raise interest by 7 for every card played prior to this one on current turn close sale. Not bad. Next relationship with Salt and Pepper. Alright, this is probably going to be a longer episode than usual, and I might have to do the whole cutscene thing for the next episode, but oh well. Now go cause some trouble. Sylvia, I must tell you, your gift put a smile on my face. As a former potion maker, I know valuable tonics when I see them. I wanted to make a gesture. I know you're probably not going to radioactive wastelands anytime soon, but now you could if you wanted to. That was sort of my point. The future is wide open, Roxanne, even if you have to struggle through a bit of red tape to reach it. And on that subject, you're here just in time for a bit of celebration. What are we celebrating? Did you get some good news? I don't know that I'd call it news. Rafta's business bureau merely confirmed in the form of a graded exam that I am a brilliant businesswoman with a prosperous career ahead of me. You did it? You got it? Oh, I've got it all right. My business license is printed, certified, and being framed as we speak. I sprung for the diamond inlaid frame because there's a time and a place for subtlety, and this is not it. Roxanne, this is amazing. Congratulations. I knew you could do it, and without resorting to blackmail. You didn't resort to blackmail, right? Sylvia, I find your lack of faith strangely gratifying, actually. I guess I've still got a bit of the bad girl swagger if you has to ask me that, but no. I suppose I realize there's something more satisfying than having power over someone. The satisfaction of a job well done. The satisfaction of having power over someone and not needing to use or abuse it. Come on, let's move this celebration outdoors. It's funny, as much as I think of enclosed spaces as my natural habitat, I'm finding it increasingly necessary to seek out open spaces, to see the sky. I suppose change happens whether we court it or not. You've made some big decisions lately, but you're still Roxanne. Still the perky, perfumed wrecking ball who crashed into my shop not so long ago. I really did intend to destroy you, you know. I didn't care to know you, didn't stop to consider where you were coming from. All I knew is that you were in my space, and so the claws came out. I'll always be fabulous, frankly, let's be real. But I have changed. I had to change in order to survive. You're not just surviving anymore, you're thriving. It might take me some time to get used to that idea, to stop looking over my shoulder and seeing enemies at every turn. But I've built something here that no one can take away from me. Something legitimate and good. And I didn't do it entirely on my own, did I? You saw me at my most vulnerable, Sylvia, my most petty. And you extended a hand. A comically large hand, clownish really. Ahem. Sorry, old habits. I'm grateful, Sylvia, and whatever changes come, you'll always be my dearest friend. Mass misdirection. Erase interest by 18, apply mass misdirection, close sale. Mass all potion debuffs and bad traits. Huh. Alright. Alright, we can get one more, then we gotta get back to the shop. Then after that, it's just Saffron and Quinn left. I've got an update. Sylvia, as much as I wish otherwise, I am not above fishing for compliments. So, notice anything different about me? You do seem to be back to your perky self. Well, I have you to thank for that. Your potions made me feel humanoid again. It might be all the replenished serotonin talking, but dang, you are good at what you do. Once I was thinking clearly again, I made a big decision. I turned down that buyout offer. My working relationship with royalty has officially come to an end. Wow, really? I wasn't sure which way you would go. Me neither, but indecision was getting me nowhere fast. I had to make a choice. I hope it was the right one, but, you know, it feels right. Well, it feels right to me. My parents are acting like I just set myself on fire. You told them already? Yeah, figured I needed to rip that bandage right off. I tried to explain it to them, but I'm not sure they really heard me. They all heard the amount of money I was walking away from, and how prestigious the job would have been. They must be proud of you, though, right? At least a little. Well, that's the funny thing. I was talking to my sister just this morning, the surgeon, I mentioned her before, and she knew all about what I've been up to. Turns out, my parents had been bragging all about me. They told her about how I'm my own boss, about how quickly my business was growing. Frankly, they made me sound super impressive all around. So anyway, here I was jealous of my sister, while the whole time she's been jealous of me. Sounds like you're not the black sheep you thought you were. I guess not. I guess maybe all my siblings feel that way from time to time. And so, my parents can complain to me all they want about how I'm turning down this golden opportunity. I know they're proud, and one day, maybe they'll even say it to my face. And as for that opportunity, it only would have taken away the parts of my job I actually like the best. Things like working with a diverse array of scrappy entrepreneurs and helping their voices rise above the clamor. For a minute, I wasn't thinking at all about what I enjoyed. I was right back to in my old climb the corporate ladder mindset. I was reaching for success as it was defined by other people. Well, by my definition of success, you are killing it. Sylvia, that means the world to me. And would it mean even more if you'd post it as a review. But shameless self-promotion can wait until tomorrow. Why don't we get some air? Ooh, fresh air. Yum yum. You know, fresh air actually is kind of nice when you've got a minute to breathe. I'm glad you're seeing the appeal. What can I say? I'm one chill moth. It's funny, my number one reason for coming to Rafta was to be more independent. I wanted some space, some distance between myself and everyone who knew me. Because they all had so many expectations, and those expectations were boxing me in. But then I came here, where nobody knew me. And the weight of all those expectations, it didn't go away. Maybe we're never totally free of the desire to please our parents, or uncles. While isolating yourself doesn't make life any easier to navigate. That's the truth. If I've learned anything in our time together, it's that we can support each other while pursuing our individual dreams. I think that might be the true secret of success. Instead of letting our ambitions isolate us, we use it to prop up another. We achieve our goals together. Sounds like you've got the right idea. Shake on it? A handshake? Sylvia, that's way too formal. I believe this occasion calls for a selfie, don't you? Final push. Raise interest by 12 for each current level of interest. Close sale. How's my number one client? Well, number one client's getting tired, so back home. Snoring doesn't even bother me anymore. See, getting sleepy. Maven's Stronghold. That's right. Maven's Stronghold actually increases the difficulty of the, the magical wasteland. It adds on some extra monsters, and also you need a poison cure for it. 5 days until the competition. Yeah, we're fine. And there it is. We have the best of everything we could ever want. The best aging casks, the best cauldrons, the best shelves, and the best display shelves. I'm still not sure how I got 4 of these, but you know what? I'm not gonna care. Alright. Time to head out, and though I'm not gonna send anybody else out, because I don't need to. I mean, yes, in universe, she should still be collecting ingredients, selling potions, etc., etc. But we don't really need that, and we don't need to waste more time. But yeah, Magical Wasteland. You now need a poison cure. There are more and stronger monsters. But the usual setup of 2 health potions, tolerance, etc., etc., that's all you need to get through it. Alright, Saffron, you're up. So, did you get the resistance tonics? I did. Thank you. I wasn't sure what to use them for. Here, follow my lead. Sylvia takes one of the potions in her hand. She waits until Saffron holds the other. Sylvia unstoppers the bottle. She breathes deeply of the potion's vapors. Then she dumps its contents out upon the grass. I don't think I understand. It's sort of a symbolic gesture. Let me explain. As you probably know, tonics are popular with heroes because of the protection they can provide against monsters and environmental hazards. But they're only useful under specific circumstances. Being fireproof won't help you if you're struck by lightning, for example. I'm with you so far. Well, the way I see it, guarding yourself against heartbreak is sort of similar. A person can keep their guard up, can try to shield herself from ever feeling loss. But that only leaves you vulnerable to isolation, loneliness, which, if you think about it, is just heartbreak by another name. How about that? Here I've been lecturing you on the importance of mindfulness, and you go and show me just how attentive and thoughtful a person can be. I'd say the student has surpassed the teacher and then some. So then, should I? Go ahead, uncork the bottle, then take a moment to engage your senses. You might catch notes of cedar or cherries, or that slime that grows between a newt's toes. Now, whenever you're ready, even though I didn't use any of those ingredients in those potions, at least I don't think so, show the world you're ready to live dangerously. Saffron contemplates the potion's aroma for a long moment. Then, with a girlish giggle, she turns the bottle upside down. You went for it. I was afraid you'd think it was too wasteful. Wasteful. I'm pretty sure I just made this particular patch of grass frost resistant. Besides, a moment shared with you could never be considered wasteful. I should have realized that from the start. The walls I'd put up, they'd never stood a chance against you. I have been known to break down barriers, and also wine glasses. I've got big hands, and a big heart. And it's in that spirit of big-heartedness that I'd like to show something to you. It's a photoglyph of my adventuring party. I've been carrying it around with me for 20 years now. And all that time, I never showed it to anyone. I could hardly look at it myself. But I'm ready to look at it again, and I'd like to share it with you. Saffron holds the photo so that Sylvia can see it. Despite its age, its edges are sharp. It's been well cared for. Sylvia's eyes immediately land on the image of Saffron. Then her gaze drifts over the other unfamiliar faces. There they are, just as I remember them. Lord Master Loran with his tusks in a book. Sugar the Scallywag mugging for the camera. Look at Shaylee's eyes. You see that fierceness? She was our healer, but she fought as hard as any of us. And then there's Silky the Swordmaster, our four-armed father figure. He thought only of keeping us safe. I wish I could have known them. I wish so too, but maybe in a way, you can still get to know them. Through me. I'll share their stories. It's better than locking them away. It might hurt sometimes, but I know now that I don't have to be alone with that hurt. You don't. I'm here for you. That means more than I can say. Your friendship and your faith are great sources of comfort and of strength. And hey, you're fun to be around too. We do have fun, don't we? And it's easy to have faith in you. You're stronger than you think. You know, I think you're right about that. But no one is strong all the time, and it helps to know that when I'm feeling weak, I've got your back. After all, that's what hugs are for. Tranquility. Discard all stress cards from your hand. Effects do not trigger. Decrease stress by 5 for each card discarded. Not bad. Well, alright. Time for the last one. Quinn. Yeah, you should stick around. So, did you get the potions? Yeah. I don't know if giving stuff away for free is a great business model, Sylvia, but I don't mind reaping the benefits. This combo you came up with could be just the thing to give my powers a boost. That's the idea. But range is just half the problem. The other is precision. And I think I've figured out something that can help me with that. Here's the thing. Clairvoyance is sort of a catch-all term. It covers a range of abilities. I'm thinking my deal is more accurately telemetry. It relies on associations between an item and a place, or person. So it's not entirely random then. Right, I eat squid vine, I see the mer person who harvested it. I start washing stuff down with your potions, I see you. And now, I've just gotten my hands on some grapes, the same variety my parents grow. So if you eat them, then maybe you'll get a glimpse of your parents? It's a theory anyway, and there's only one way to test it. So you're going to do it, right now? I mean, as well, you want to stick around? Sure, of course. Cool, here goes. I see them. It's working. Ow. What do you see? I see my mother. Her hair is shorter, but it's definitely her. She's having a cocktail. My father is grooming the ferret. They're just living their lives. As if nothing were wrong. As if their only child hadn't run the heck away from them. Oh, Quinn. I'm sorry. That really stinks. I know you must have hoped. What can I do? Are you okay? Say something. Meh. To be honest, I expected this. You must be disappointed, though. Yeah, of course I am. This is who they are, Sylvia. Who they've always been. And it's not me who needs to change. I have days where I forget that. Bad days where I get caught up in wishful thinking. But the bad days aren't so bad lately. Because I've got you now. And you're plenty. Too much sometimes. Don't ever change, Quinn. I mean it. I don't plan on it. But it's kind of alright being out of my comfort zone sometimes. I'm glad I didn't push you away. I mean, I tried. But you're stupid stubborn, Sylvia. I just had a feeling we'd make a good team. And I also have a feeling that we would be really, truly excellent at hugging. You've gone too far, Sylvia. I'm quickly rethinking my don't push her away stance. Sorry, Quinn. This is happening. Oh, what the hell. Take it or leave it. Raise interest to the next level. Effects ignore customer shield. Close sale. And with that, we have maxed out our relationships with everyone. Not a whole lot left. And unfortunately, I'm out of time for this episode, so I'm not going to be showing off what I was going to show off. Let's just head home, end the day. Plus, we don't have enough time today to do it. And see if there's a cutscene. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep going. Ow. Nothing from Oswald. Alrighty then. Well, with that, I'm going to end this episode off here for today. If you guys like what you see, please leave a like, subscribe for future content, don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notifications when I upload, and please, leave a comment down below this video. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.